I am so excited to have my next guest join us. She just dropped a new EP recently called Rabbithole. The one and only Emei.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
I'm great. I just finished my VIP, and then we have Doors in a little bit, and then the show, and I'm really excited.
I can tell you are really excited because you are just on one right now.
I'm literally
You were like, give me the mic. I'm here to talk about my traumas.
I'm like, let's go.
My addictions.
Anything you want to ask.
Please help.
Please help. Oh my God.
The sofa is very long, so
This sofa is really long.
it is comfy to lay down if you need to.
It's definitely
We have many
giving like.
pillows.
So do you have? Did you
I'm
study
not going to
psych
charge you
at any
anything.
point?
Anything for this therapy session.
That's wild. So you probably should, is my point. But
I know a lot of these things turn into therapy sessions. I'm not like those people.
Okay, good to know.
Tell me about your mother.
So my mom.
But you're here. I love it. Thank you so much for this. This is the first day of the tour. You, like just said, you did the VIP thing. That was insane. And I love how they had hard-hitting questions right off the bat. I usually ease into those things.
It was wild. I think SF VIP was one of the craziest ones. They asked some like pretty personal questions. Whereas like normally I feel like it's always like, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite song to perform? What's your inspiration? Easy ones. Not today.
They were just right out of the gate.
They went hard. They went,
And I'm just going to repeat because,
God.
they're probably all going to see it on TikTok. The boyfriend issue.
Boyfriend.
The what was the other one?
How am I doing about my grandma's death?
Grandmother.
That was wild.
Yes. Yes.
I was like, oh my
Do you walk
God.
around into a cafe and say, "Oh wow, Emily, great to see you. How you doing about your grandma?"
How's your grandma? I was like, oh, that was wild.
Yeah, and then also the other thing about college.
Oh, in college too, yeah. Whether or
You
not I
regret
going to university.
what the heck? These Gen Alpha, man.
They came out strong. I kind of love it.
You do.
I kind of think it keeps it like interesting and spicy. Objectively, if I were answering the same questions over and over, I'd get boring.
But this was number one. Tour stop number one.
Tour stop number one.
They are setting the bar really high because, like I said, they're going to share.
Really high.
It's going to be on Reddit.
It's going to be great. I have faith.
What gives you all this openness, this confidence to be able to handle these type of...
Well, I think I'm pretty much an open book. I think all my friends, everybody who's met me, I think you like talk to me for like 30 minutes and then you're like, oh, okay, I know who Emily is. It's pretty obvious. And I think that just, I'm pretty unfiltered, which is like a problem sometimes, but mostly good. Yeah.
I can't believe in a matter of a few short years, you're at this level.
It is really wild. But I would say it's like, like my parents just like worked so hard to like give me the opportunities that I have. So for me, it's just like, I have to also work as hard to like prove them right. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of how I think about it.
With such pragmatic careers that they have.
I know.
And then to have their daughter say,
I like to sing.
right, yeah. I'm sure they had the usual piano lessons lined up and the
piano, violin. I was in orchestra. I did that whole thing. No, I definitely did the whole thing. But I think they noticed, basically what happened was they got me a laptop for my 9th birthday, like a hot pink Dell laptop. And every day after school,
They got you a Windows laptop?
I know, come on.
Boo.
No, but I was on it all the time looking up lyric videos. And then they were like, okay, she's singing nonstop. So maybe we should have her talk to a Chinese vocal lesson. And then that's how it all started. Yeah.
Were you receptive to that as opposed to singing Taylor Swift songs?
Oh my God. I loved it. I feel like it was specifically, I remember my first vocal coach, her name was Sally. She was like most kids her age, I think I was 9. Yeah. She was like, most kids her age, attention will be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then we did our first lesson and I sat there, I wouldn't leave. It was like an hour and 15 minutes and I was like, more! And she was like, okay. So I think I found the thing that I like just absolutely loved. And then I kept doing it. So, yeah.
I don't know the name of the song, but did you get the chance to sing that TikTok song that went viral recently when it was going to get shut down?
Wait, which one?
Woman, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun, dun,
I literally
dun.
forgot about that song. Yes, I do remember that. It didn't really hit my For You page that hard, to be honest. I saw it like twice, so.
You already said goodbye to TikTok.
I
You
was
were already on Red Note.
I literally was already on Red Note. I was like, guys, what are you doing? I was here first. I was like, stop, don't be weird. No, it was great.
And obviously TikTok was instrumental for your exposure as well. What was the plan? Was it just for fun to share with whoever was following you at the time?
Well, so let me think. So I started writing when I was 16, but I had genuinely no idea how to get my foot in the door because my parents are not in music at all. So I wanted to do China, and that was my plan. But then COVID happened. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm at home anyway. Why not post on YouTube and TikTok?
Right.
So then that's when I started doing that. And it was just literally because I was bored and I was writing anyway and I wanted to share it with the world. So I just started posting every day. And then in 2021, like my senior year, Late to the Party went viral. And then since then, it's been just like really fast. So yeah.
And your sound has obviously evolved over the course of time.
Yeah. Definitely. I feel like my head is just like, I always just go towards the things I love. I try not to overthink it, you know? And I feel like genre is a hard box to live in. And so sometimes I really like drum and bass. And then sometimes I'm really liking acoustic singer-songwriter stuff. And then sometimes I like DJ songs. So it's like a mixed bag, which I like.
Which is what fans listen to and what they gravitate to anyway, right?
Exactly.
No one just listens to alternative and Nirvana and the Smashing Pumpkins all day, all night.
Exactly.
They listen to Kendrick. They listen to Zed, and so forth.
Exactly.
What were you listening to when Rabbithole was starting to take shape? Because that's a step up from previous works.
I really appreciate that. I would say I have always been really inspired by like musical theater, like jazz. I've always been super into like trippy, weird stuff that isn't like the exact mold of a pop song. And so during Rabbithole, I was actually not listening to that much music at the time. Like, I don't remember like drilling into music. It was very much like living in my own world. I was consuming a lot of other media. So like Alice in Wonderland was a huge inspiration. Watched a bunch of cartoons during that time, and then I just like made the project. And I feel like it just came out of like the deep part of my brain.
How does comedy play a role?
Comedy?
In your music?
That's hilarious. Let me think. Well, see, this is an insecurity of mine, which is that people always call me not funny, but entertaining to watch. Like, people like to laugh at me, but not with me.
That's kind of rude to say.
I know, right?
What
That's what people say. But no, I get it though, because objectively, if I tried to be funny, it would not be funny. I promise you. But when I'm myself, it tends to be funny for other people. I'm not even kidding. So I think that when I write my lyrics, I just like am myself, and then people find it funny.
I only ask because there are some sarcastic type lyrics in your music.
That's the thing. I'm not trying to be sarcastic or funny. My biggest thing is I really try not to take myself too seriously with songwriting. I find like really, really poetic, like deep, high feeling like lyrics to be a little bit boring sometimes when I'm writing them. So for me, I always just literally like to just brain dump. Like anything that comes to mind, I'm just like, what? And that is when I write the best lyrics,
So there is no delineation between what's for journals, what's for song?
A lot of the time I take lines. Like I literally just go, oh, I wrote that, I'm gonna write that. Like.
When you were dealing with the relationship issues in 9 Lives.
Yep.
That was basically true to form.
Think how many times can I say I'm sorry was like in my journal. Yeah. So I think that that's the special thing though, like about like my fans and me, like our relationship is literally that if they relate to my journal entries, we're probably gonna be friends. Like we probably like each other. And so there's like this special connection there because it really is the inside of my brain, which is very cool. Yeah.
How difficult was it to get to this point? Because being vulnerable is number one, what you need to be able to be when writing songs. Mm-hmm. And that's something like Taylor has done and kind of laid out the blueprint and so many others.
It's definitely hard. I think it depends. It's really important who I'm writing with. I'm like super lucky to have writers that I really trust. But like a lot of the time when you're writing in LA, you'll walk into a room and it's a bunch of strangers, and that's a hard place to be like, you know, I've been feeling like this, you know? Yeah. And so I think one is like giving credit to my writers. They're amazing and they help me open up, and that's really special. But it did take a second. Like I think my first like 200 songs were like not good at all.
Like in life, 200 songs.
In life.
Yeah.
Maybe my first 300. Maybe more than that. I don't even know. I wrote a lot before I released anything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
300 songs. What were you writing about?
Teenager things.
So they're really just journals.
Yeah, they were
in a lot of
journals.
ways.
But like they were not, I could tell that I was writing certain lyrics to sound poetic, or writing certain lyrics to sound like I am a, deep songwriter. But then it wasn't genuine, because that's not how I think. That's not what I sound like, And so I think that once I realized that me just writing my journal entries into songs is what connects, I was like, oh, okay, great. It's honestly easier.
That's why I asked, because there's this part of you that says, okay, this is the path I'm going down.
Right.
I want to be an artist, a performer, a songwriter, respected songwriter.
Yes.
And it kind of forces the issue, like, okay, I just broke up with somebody.
Ha! Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's a Chinese thing. Ha!
I'm dead. Oh, speaking of, I really want to write Chinese in my songs one day. That's like a huge goal of mine.
You need to sing this TikTok song.
I don't know it, but maybe one day I will.
In between songs, as you're changing. Yes.
It's the only part I know. Woman.
That's all I know. I'm of my ancestry is from Cantonese speaking people.
When did your family come here?
5 generations.
Wow.
Yeah.
We are very different.
Mm-hmm.
That's so interesting. 5 generations is wild.
The whole railroad thing.
Wow.
The whole,
That's the thing. Like West Coast, I've noticed that there's so many more like deeper generation Asians. I feel like in New Jersey, which is where I grew up, everybody is first gen. Like all my friends are first gen. All my friends are first gen. It's like a weird thing. I mean, we grew up together. Toby is over here. Anyways, but like literally everybody was first gen. So yeah, it's really different when I come to the West Coast, because your experience was completely different.
What was it like then, being kind of the standout, being the one that wants to be a performer, a singer, an artist, and so forth?
I think I grew up in a pretty supportive community, honestly. Like I feel like I had the opportunities to be in productions, I had like a songwriting club in high school. Like I had just like a lot of support and like faculty support. Like people were really down to like support my arts endeavors in general, and that's huge,
When going to Yale, it was probably just an extension of what you experienced in high school.
Definitely.
But even more intense with the arts.
Of course. With the arts, oh my God. I feel like Yale was the first time that I had a band. It was the first time that I played any shows with a band. And now I do this for a living, which is insane. So I like got used to working with musicians and just like jiving on stage together and all that. I got used to putting on shows for like my friends. Like I feel like I got a lot of experience just like pulling things together, and also meeting so many ambitious people. Like there were crazy, awesome, amazing people in my class. So yeah, I was very lucky.
What I find interesting is that Yale has this famous a cappella club.
Oh yeah.
I just recently spoke to another artist named Dhruv.
Oh, I know him!
Oh, you do?
I do.
Personally?
Yes, personally. We were in college together. He was 1 year older than me, and we were both in a cappella, different groups, but we knew of each other because I auditioned for his group. Like he was there at my audition.
No way.
And we like know each other. We like played Chicago at one point together. So random.
That's crazy.
He's awesome.
Because he and I were talking about his experience at Yale, because obviously he came from Singapore and all these things, right?
Yeah.
That's where he kind of really honed his voice. He had,
amazing.
Being a bedroom performer is one thing.
Very different.
What did that give you in terms of confidence and finding your voice?
Well, so I was very lucky I've been performing since I was like 9, like on stage singing, but different genre, right? Like I was singing Ave Maria. Like I was singing like classical music. I was singing Chinese songs. I was singing a lot of like classical Chinese songs as well, which is like a different placement and everything. And then in college, that's when I started to like pursue pop music a bit more, playing with like jazz a bit more and all of that. And then I started really making the music that I make in the middle of college. Like before that, everything was so musical theater. It was like an entirely different Emei,
Well, that's
So,
awesome
yeah.
because I think you put a lot of the theatrics into your
Yes.
live
into the performance. That's my favorite part. I can be so dramatic and everybody's like, yeah! It's awesome. Yeah.
That's kind of the vision for what you see as...
I think that's why I'm a really big fan of Sabrina Carpenter, and it's because I need to see her Short and Sweet tour because it looks like a Broadway production. Like, I want like set pieces. I want dancers. Like, I have so many plans for like my live shows, like as it grows, that I'm just like, yeah, I'm excited already. We got lighting. Tonight's the first night. You're gonna see it. The first night that we have like timed lighting. So it's like the little things, like one by one, we're like, okay, now I can do lighting. And now I can do this. Now I can do that. And maybe one day I'll have pyro.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Stadiums. That's my goal. That's my goal. I really want to sell out a stadium. Yep.
Awards, albums.
Awards, albums, albums for sure. But my main thing, and it's always been, literally the day that I started this project, started Emei, I was like, I just want to sell out a stadium. That's all I care about. I just want to like go out there and put on the best show ever and like have everybody be obsessed with the show.
You're on your way.
Thank you.
You're
I hope
so
you love
on your
the
way.
show. I really do.
This will be my first time seeing the full shebang.
I'm so excited. You're gonna love it. It's really, we have so much fun. You're gonna love it.
I need to hear woman.
I do actually sing a Chinese song during the set, just not that one.
Just
not that one.
as you're tuning your guitar, can we get just a...
Woman.
Yes, that's all. That's all. That's all you need to do.
I gotta look at it. I don't even know what it's called.
After the third song, right? Hey, what's up, San Francisco?
Woman.
And then you're gonna thank me afterwards.
I'm just gonna make direct eye contact with you wherever you are, and I'm gonna be like,
I'll be the one with the light and the phone and everything.
Okay, good to know.
I will be prepared after every song.
Okay.
As it ends.
Oh God. I can't promise.
I'm gonna look at the set list to see when you're supposed to talk.
I can't promise you this. I can't. But you know what? Maybe for you, I'll whisper it, and nobody will get it except you.
Please, come on.
You're like, please.
We are friends.
We're friends.
We are more than the VIP friends.
You're right. We've spent a lot of time together.
Yes.
Now. You know my life story. You've been my therapist.
Yes.
I should pay you.
Lay down. Lay down, will you? Please. So, your mother.
My mom's beautiful.
Thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
This
So
was fun.
so good to meet you.
Thank you so much. I really hope you have a blast.
I will.
I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yes. Emei, right here on B-Sides.
Thank you so much.